He didn't lose his job, he quit, and he lied about it for months. And now she's the selfish one. This is what happens when a man confuses being loved with being taken care of. He stopped showing up, she kept carrying everything, and when she finally let the load drop, everybody blamed her. That's this week on Men in the Wild, where we find real stories of men and relationships on the internet, and we break down what's going on beneath the surface so that we can help men to live lives of greater authenticity, connection, and power. This week's example comes from a Reddit post where a 30-year-old woman asks, "Am I the asshole for asking my husband to stay with his family while he's unemployed?" So let me tell you what happens, right? When they first get together and get married, she is working at a job full time, and so is he, but she makes a lot more money than him. He's living with his parents. So she says, "Why don't you just move into my apartment when we get married, and you can keep working and you can pay the rest of our bills, and I'll basically take care of housing entirely." Well, not long after they're living together, she comes to the discovery that he's dropped down to part-time, and she's surprised about it, and he tells her, "Hey, listen, don't worry. I make less money anyways. I'll be able to stay home more, clean, cook. I'll still work part-time and take care of some bills, and it will help you to be able to go out and be the breadwinner. I don't mind." Fast forward a few months later, and he is unexpectedly fired. Now she says, "Don't worry, honey, I'll hold it down for you while you go out and look for a job." But she begins to notice that bit by bit, his cleaning up around the house, his providing at domestic life begins to dip down, and he starts spending more time playing video games, going to bars, taking trips, asking her for money. And this whole time he says that he's looking for work, but the burden on her is just becoming really heavy. Finally, one day she said, "Hey man, this is not working for me. You got to tell me, how is the job hunt coming?" And he tells her, "You know what? I actually don't think I'm going to look for a job because I feel like this arrangement is working really well." Well, you can imagine she got super upset. And in the argument that ensued, he let slip that the truth was he had quit his job, that this was his plan all along. He hadn't even been out looking for work. Feeling incredibly betrayed, she told him, "Hey, you can't stay here. You need to go stay with your parents until we work this out." So now she's getting daily phone calls from the in-laws who are saying, "Hey, you got to take him back. What's your problem? He's going through a hard time in life. You're supposed to be supportive." And here she comes to the internet actually feeling like she needs to ask if she's the asshole in this situation. And here's the deal. This isn't just a story about one lazy guy, right? But it's about what happens when men are taught that providing is optional, but being served by women is a right. I think it's really clear, right? This guy does not want a wife. He doesn't want a partner. He wants an enabler that will take care of all of his needs and let him be totally irresponsible. But what do you think? Is it actually the case that she should be more supportive? Or does this dude need to wake up? Let me know in the comments, and stick around because tomorrow we're going to be talking about 3 things that men can do to combat our training that women are objects that exist to serve us. Because if we can combat that training, we're a lot closer to actually having real, authentic, meaningful, intimate relationships with the women and other people in our lives. Stay tuned, and if you found this helpful, hit follow for more.